guys, today I'm gonna make a turkey kind of pasta, like a turkey bolognese, and I just used some Hungarian spices, so it's gonna be fun, and sunflower oil and some celery and onions. I'm gonna go through what I'm using, but this is gonna be a turkey, a ground turkey. I'm using ground turkey with pasta with linguine and using this organic vodka sauce, which is this one. So let me show you what I'm using today. So here are the ingredients. I'm gonna start with this ground turkey. This is what I'm gonna use as a meat. Sunflower oil from Trader Joe's, my favorite, and everything, like all the Hungarian food. This is not a Hungarian food, but it is like kind of an Italian food, but it's just kind of my version of a pasta with turkey. Usually you use pork. We use pork, like ground pork, but I wanted to be healthier. Then I'm gonna use the linguine here. This is also from Trader Joe's. It's really inexpensive. Let's go over the spices, what I'm gonna put in this dish. This is like called piros arany, which is it's in English would say red gold. This is like a really nice sweet cream. It looks like it's in a toothpaste, but this is actually a spice. It's a famous Hungarian spice, and I don't know why this is not zooming. So it's really lovely, and we use it for like different stews. And the same with this one, which is called gulyás cream. In English is like goulash cream. It's also nice. It has a little spice into it. It's also like a red, like paprika sauce. We use it for stew. And this is from Kalocha. Kalocha is like a really famous town of paprika. So I'm gonna use this. And then I'm gonna put some smoked paprika from Hungary in it, and also some vegeta. We use this spice for so many like soup, like chicken soup. Also, we use this spice all the time. It's a mixture of like all this vegetable what you see in the packaging. It's really good. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit of sweet pepper, also sweet paprika. This is also from Kalocha. This is also really high quality. We are Hungarians known of our paprika, so that's what makes our food so delicious. And then I'm gonna use some red onion or purple onion. This is I think it's a red onion, and also a yellow one, and some garlic, because garlic makes everything better. And this organic vodka sauce from Trader Joe's. This is gonna be my sauce. And I'm gonna add some celeries. Arugula is just gonna be on the side as a salad. I'm gonna make my arugula salad. And I think I'm gonna chop some beautiful tomatoes also to this dish. So these are the ingredients, and hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start with chopping the onions. I'm gonna have these yellow onions and the red ones and some garlic. chop the red onion. A good rule of thumb is first of all, you have to have a good knife, and this is a really good one. It's a German knife. It's called the brand called Wusthof. I don't know if you see it. Oh yes, see it's Wusthof. This is a really good knife. So you need a good knife to chop things. And also when you chop onions, it's really a good idea to just wash your knife before, because the water somehow when the knife meets water, it's not gonna make you cry when you chop onions. So this is just a little tip. So let's chop this up. Actually from a cooking school in LA. So basically you hold the knife with one of your hand, and then you put your other hand on the top of the knife, and then you just move the knife around and chop, chop, chop. It's not still perfect. I still have to, you know, practice, but I am so much better. And it does really work and saves you time. And yeah, it's a good trick to have. It's not a trick, but it's a good thing to know when you're chopping anything. Now I'm gonna chop the garlic. And also there is a trick for the garlic, how do you chop it? I don't know if you guys see it. Let me just show you. So I have a method how to open the garlic easier. So you just basically press down your knife on the garlic clove, and it's easy to peel the skin off, easier than other way. This is just another trick what I learned probably in the cooking school. So yeah, just press it down and it comes off easier. Yes. So yeah. So they are really quick. So let me chop this garlic in really small pieces. And I'm using the same method. So just hold the knife and press it down with your other hand, and just move the knife around in like a half circle. And this way you can chop it. You have more control over your chopping and you're saving time. And just gather them together again and chop them. They already like really tiny, which you should do really tiny chops for the garlic, because they don't taste well. They don't taste that good if they are big chunk of garlic in your food. You can also buy it as pre-cut or pre-chopped, but why doing that when you can do this really quick, as you see. So this is how it looks like. How quick is that? Now I'm gonna wash some celeries and some beautiful tomatoes and cut them and chop them. For the tomatoes, I like to use a different knife because it's easier to cut the tomatoes like soft vegetables with this type of knife. This doesn't have any brand name, but as you see, it cuts so much nicer. The other one is just, I don't know why. Maybe I have to sharpen it, but yeah. So I'm cutting it with this knife, this nice circles. Ooh, yeah, I messed it up a little bit, They're gonna cook in this whole sauce, so it doesn't really matter how small you cut them. So I'm just gonna leave it like in a circle, and you guys gonna see it's gonna melt together with the rest of the food. Now I'm gonna wash the meat because I like to wash it again in this kind of strain. I'm gonna wash the meat, and then basically everything is chopped, so we're ready to go. So I'm gonna use this frying pan and saute some onions, and I'm using this sunflower oil from Trader Joe's. So let's do it. Yeah, the best oil to do this type of food is sunflower oil. It's not the healthiest, but actually, honestly, it's so much better than vegetable oils, or it's not better than olive oils, but you have to use sunflower oil to get that taste. So now I'm putting the onions in. So I mix the red onion with the yellow onion. I'm gonna put more oil, so I didn't put enough. So I'm sauteing the onions. Sometimes it needs a little shake. And I'm also adding the garlic. So I'm gonna saute all the onions together. The garlic smells amazing. And these 3 types of onions together, oh my goodness. It already smells amazing. And now I'm adding the chopped celery. Actually, I chopped it even more because it's better when it's smaller pieces. So this is, I'm adding it to the onion, to the sauteed onions. Yum. The oil evaporates so fast, so I'm gonna put a little bit more. It's not gonna be too oily. Don't worry. Just kind of put an oil as you go, because we don't want to burn the onions. So now we're going to saute the celery with the onions. So when the celery is already sauteed with the onions, now I'm ready to add the turkey. Yeah, I usually make this food from pork or beef, so the turkey has an interesting consistency, but it's all good. So now I'm gonna mix it together, and actually this time I can add my spices, salt and pepper. So let's start with some Himalayan sea salt. That's my favorite salt. And then adding some rainbow pepper from Trader Joe's. And I like to add this everyday seasoning also from Trader Joe. and the famous gold, the red gold from Hungary. I don't have too much left in this tube, but I just add whatever I have left, squeeze it. And then adding the goulash cream. I know it's a lot of stuff in this. It's so yummy. And I'm adding some vegeta. So you're asking how much I'm adding. I'm adding just whatever I feel like. And it usually comes out great. And then I'm adding some smoked paprika. There's not too many left in this bag, so I might use a new one. Yeah, I had to open a new one. I have to be a little bit faster here. And this smoked flavored paprika really gives it a really great flavor. And I'm putting some sweet paprika also from Kalocha. Okay, so let's mix this together. So it has all kinds of yummy flavor. I'm also gonna add some oregano and rosemary to it because I have these plants and they are fresh oregano and fresh rosemaries. So let me add those too. So I have this beautiful oregano. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. Just for an extra flavor. And then I have this rosemary. So I'm adding some rosemary also to this dish. Just a tiny bit. So mix them together. And because the meat has water, so it has to evaporate, and also the meat has to be truly cooked. But it's already looking good. It's looking good. We're getting there. I usually make a mess because I need a bigger frying pan, but it's okay. I'm gonna clean it after eating, actually. So yeah, so all this amazing flavor just kind of cooks together. This meal is so delicious, and the reason is why, because of the spices what I've been using. So all of this paprika and vegeta and all this yummy stuff, all these great spices, Hungarian spices, it makes it so delicious. If you want to buy these spices, yeah, it's hard to find in the US, but you can actually find some stores, like European stores, where they carry these paprikas. If not, then ask someone or try to, like, you know, or go to Hungary and buy some because it's worth it, I'm telling you. But I think you can also buy it on Amazon, maybe. But I would recommend to go. There are some European stores in big cities like New York City or Los Angeles. And when the meat is like halfly cooked, you can add the tomatoes. So the tomatoes is gonna, like, hopefully melt in, and it also gives it a nice flavor. So you cook this kind of stew until the meat is fully cooked and the water evaporates from the meat. So this is when you know it's ready. Also, you can taste it. So you can do a taste test and see when it's ready. But it still needs to be cooked. In the meantime, I should have already started to cook the pasta. I have this big, beautiful pot, and I'm gonna fill it up with water and start to cook the pasta. I should have done it for a long time ago, by the way. You always should cook the pasta first, then making the stew. Always put some salt in the water when you cook the pasta because it tastes better. So the stew is almost ready. Now I just have to wait for the pasta to cook through, and I'll be back after. So I'm doing a taste test and it's actually almost done. And now the water is boiling and it's time to put the linguine in. So the way I do it, I just like break it in half and put it in my pot. Oh great, I made a huge mess here. Good thing you guys don't see it. So I have my stew, or the meat is ready, and also the pasta is ready. Now it's only the sauce, the vodka sauce, which I'm gonna just heat up in this pan. And that's what is missing. So I'm just gonna pour some, maybe a little bit more, and heat it up at the stove. So I have my pasta here, and I made a mistake because when you actually take off the pasta from the heat, you should just rinse it through with like cold water, because otherwise it's gonna stuck together. So this is stuck together, but it's still good. So over my pasta, I'm gonna put the sauce, my vodka sauce. And the sauce, I'm gonna put some of this delicious turkey stew. Nice. And then I'm gonna put a hint of Parmigiano. This is also from Trader Joe's. And ta-da, it's ready to go. So let me show you. This is how it looks like. And let's do a quick taste test. Okay, so you mix it together. I can't wait to dive into this. Oh my god, it's so good. All the flavors, the Hungarian flavors, and this vodka sauce, and the pasta. So good, guys. So, thank you for watching this video. If you like this type of videos, I'm actually planning to put more what I eat videos, what I cook videos, because I love cooking. It is so delicious. I know it has Hungarian spices, but as I said, you can actually find these Hungarian spices in like European or ethnic stores, or just Google it. But yes, it's just so worth it. Or if you visit Hungary, just pick up some paprika and vegeta, or the other spices what I showed you in this video. So thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. If you like to watch more of this type of videos, please let me know in the comments down below, and hit the like button if you like this, and bon appetit. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Oh my god, this is so good. Yum, yum, yum. Cheers.